looking for.
Is to Twitch.
It did.
She has a fairly strong weapon, the F2.
Yeah.
But the change was more towards her drones. And we brought the number of charges in her drone that you're seeing right now from 15 shots to 5 shots per drone for a total of 10 shots. Could you kind of walk us through the thought process that you and your team had and why you felt like that was a necessary change?
Of course. Basically, Twitch right now is in a very, very, very strong spot. She's extremely strong. And like you said, there are different reasons for that. And I think the Famas is a very good explanation also of why she's so strong. It's probably the best attacker's gun, maybe the best gun in the game, like besides maybe Ella's one. But it has super high rate of fire for an assault rifle, so it's a very, very good gun. The thing is, we also felt like the amount of ammunition that the Twitch drone had was not really making any sense, and we didn't want to push the two changes at the same time because when you do something like that, you have basically two variables.
And what do you mean by two changes? Do you mean to her weapon and her drone?
Exactly,
okay.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is it's very possible that we end up nerfing the Famas a bit because it's very, very strong right now, and her win ratio and her pick rate are probably a bit too strong. So it's very possible we do that. We just wanted to split the two changes apart.
Okay, so
I think that's a really interesting and important point that you just brought up too, is that we look at pick rates and win rates really in-depthly, and I think that's going to be a part of your panel as well. And,
absolutely.
And looking at that data behind the players, because everything that all of you players are doing out there, every single decision that they're making has an impact on the game and has an impact on directly on the balancing based on that data that we're looking at. How do you use that? How does your team really use that to define the Twitch drone?
Well, I guess the first thing that we looked at is how efficient is it actually at breaking gadgets. When we discussed a bit with pro players and when we looked at the stats, we got to the same conclusion, which is that this change probably wouldn't have very big impact because most of the time your Twitch drone is getting destroyed before getting much more than 4 or 5 shots out. Actually, the average amount of gadget destroyed per shot drone and per round is 1.4, so it's really not that much, and that includes like exterior cameras. So I don't think it's going to have a very big impact in a pro league or on a very high level, but we just want to like have a confirmation of what we think is going to happen, and then maybe like think about changing possibly the Famas.
Okay, so we'll see how these changes play out on the live build with the pro players in pro play, and then we'll kind of reassess whether or not
and get people's feedback on the first
love.
change. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. So you also, just real quickly on Twitch, you also mentioned that there's a 1.4 destruction rate per gadget or per shot.
Per drone and per round.
Yeah, per drone, per round, 1.4 gadgets broken. A lot of people were asking, why do you look at that data and determine that maybe we should buffer and not nerf her?
So buffer is more of a global thought, like she doesn't need a buff right now. She's very, very popular. For good reasons, we want her to remain popular. It's really good. It's just that she's very, very strong. She has a super, super high win-loss ratio, super high KD. Like she has, like every metric is in the green, which is good, but could be a bit too much. So I don't think she needs to be buffed. For her drone specifically, I think one thing that might be leading actually people to taking sometimes bad decisions is the amount of ammo was encouraging people to shoot a lot. When actually a really good Twitch player is going to shoot very few times but very efficiently. So it might actually encourage some people to use it better. I'm thinking, of course, to the Mira counter, which is probably the strongest way to use your Twitch drone. So I'm really not sure it's going to be that big of a nerf, maybe not even a nerf.
So we're looking at players to make more of a smarter decision, more investment into each shot as opposed to just pew, 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 everywhere.
Shooting somebody in the butt, because that's what I do with Twitch.
Yeah. Well,
which is still something you can do a few times. Like you can sacrifice a drone to do that. It's just probably not in every case is the best way to use your drone.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And now you have to make the decision, or at least I have to make the really difficult decision. Do I shoot that guy in the butt or do I shoot that Mira? It's going to be hard.
It's going to be the mirror window.
This is going to be...
Please, for my ELO, please shoot the mirror window. So, that's kind of a summary of our 2 major changes that we have coming in the patch. We got a few others, Legion, Capital.